Boys, I don't know how to start this video, but I've been just going through some stuff. Clearly, you can see it in my face, right? But I've been going through some overthinking. And for the past 2 days, I've been questioning why I should be developing myself. Now, this happens to me a lot. And for the most part, I've gotten used to this because I overthink because I want to not do the work, if that makes sense. My brain uses overthinking as an escape to not pursue the goals because the work gets boring, the work gets repetitive, and my brain wants something new. You know, the feeling of always trying to start something new, there's so much dopamine involved. So whenever I'm doing something for a extended period of time, my brain gets like bored and it wants that new feeling again. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do something new because my brain associates progress to something new, not progress to continuously repetitively doing something for an extended amount of time until I achieve it. This goes to show why I did so many different types of business models. This goes to show why I go like this for a couple of weeks, for a couple of months, and then I completely go the other way for a couple of months. I've gotten really good at it now. I've gotten better at it, of controlling this thing, because I realize it's just my brain trying to avoid the work. But for some reason, for the past 2 to 3 days, it's been really bothering me. It's been bothering me a lot. And to be fully blunt with you and honest with you, I kind of forgot why I should be improving myself directly. I couldn't link my self development with success, if that makes sense. My brain was trying to oh, what's the point of developing yourself? What's the point of making you the best version of yourself? What's the point of keeping yourself to the highest standard possible? What's the point of waking up at 5 a.m. and making you the best version of yourself, the highest version of yourself, right? Now, me and you both know deep down that, with God's permission, that is what gives success. When we are the best versions of ourselves, when we are the most capable versions of ourselves, when we are maximized, that's what brings the victories with God's permission. That's what brings success. Right? We have to build the character, the type of man that I want to become. But I've been thinking for the past few days, like I've been kind of overthinking, I've been journaling, and I'm back on track now, guys. This is one of the best feelings. But here's one thing I did learn that I feel like it's going to be so beneficial to every single one of you that's also trying to do the same thing. Your freaking surroundings. Your surroundings are so important, guys. I'm not going to blame my failures for my surroundings, but I'm going to blame myself for mixing with the wrong kind of surroundings. This video is not a hit at my friends. No. I'm really grateful. I have great friends. What I mean is, when you're just too surrounded by people that don't align with your mission, then you're going to start to act and think like them, and you're going to start to become them. Right? There's a saying, you become the sum of the 5 people that you hang around with. And I've been meeting so many friends at my university, guys. I've been meeting so many people, making so many friends. My social skills at university has dramatically improved in less than a couple of months compared to the last 3 years I was in university. Imagine that. 3 years I went alone, pretty much. Okay, let's just say 2 years I went alone at university. No friends, nothing. I was just completely dialed into my self-improvement journey. Obviously, I made mistakes. My friends was freaking YouTubers online. As sad as that may sound, I hate it. And then suddenly in the last year, I'm in my 4th year right now, I met some great friends, some great people, and then all of a sudden my social network, the amount of people I know drastically grew at university. That could be a good thing. That could be a really good thing. And I'm grateful. Like the people I meet, they're great people, and deep inside their heart, they're great people, and they're amazing people. But they just don't align with the same mission that I'm trying to do. I liked when I was extreme. I liked when I wasn't mixing with too many people. I like that. And I know there's gonna be people. I know there's gonna be people right now when I'm making this video commenting, "Oh, yo, what the heck is this, bro? Social skill." I I want to be an extreme. I want to live an extreme life. I want to be successful. I want to be the best version of me. I want to be the strongest version of me. I want to be with other freaking brothers that are freaking killing it. I don't want to. I don't want to live a mediocre lifestyle. I don't want to work a 9 to 5 job. I don't want to commute every single morning and every single evening in rush hour traffic. No, I don't want that. I don't want to be freaking scrolling on my phone after 8 hours of work to escape my freaking mediocre average life. I want to live a purposeful life. I want to be a respectable man. I want to be masculine. Coming from someone who's very weak and timid, I want to be masculine. I want to be someone who's respected. I want to be someone who's close to God. I want to be someone who's living a purposeful life, who's genuinely accomplishing things in this world. Socially, family-wise, having amazing kids, an amazing wife in the future, God willing. And obviously, success, money, but not just that, but my physique, myself, my development as a man. But for the past 2 days, I've completely forgot about those wishes and those dreams that I once had 3 years ago when I came out to self-improvement. And I've been just living with the freaking mediocreness. Like I got plagued a little bit. And as much as as much as I would prefer not to say this, but it's really hard coming across individuals that are like, especially at university, that are so dialed into this game, to this lifestyle of self-development and personal development, and sacrificing the bad habits and sacrificing being mediocre and being just anything. Like you really don't meet anyone. Like you meet some people and they'll go to the gym, but then they also scroll on TikTok, and they'll also do other things. And you meet some other people who don't scroll on TikTok, who don't have social media, but they don't really hit the gym. And you meet some people that maybe they have a business, but like they don't align to like you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they don't think about being masculine. They don't think about being the guy for your wife. They don't think about being the husband. They don't think about like the charisma that social skills that you want to obtain. They don't think about having great mental health. They don't think about being disciplined and waking up at 5 a.m. Like you really don't come across people like that. Especially you don't come across people that are already doing that and they're farther ahead of you. Again, everyone is on their journey, and I hope that everyone, actually I read this in a book somewhere, everyone has a shot of trying to improve their life. Everyone deserves a shot. Everyone deserves a chance to go and improve themselves. God gives people chances to take in His message, to listen to the message of God. God guides people. Everyone deserves guidance. Now it's up to them whether they want to take it or not. The same thing. It's up to the human beings if they want to live a purposeful life or if they want to live a life of mediocreness and not making the most out of this life. And I've been getting plagued. This has an impact on me, bro. This had a very big impact on me. That's why I guess a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, when I got onto the self-improvement path, I cut off my friends that I knew for years. I cut them all off. And I guess for me, I was just like so obsessed with self-improvement and self-development. I was so obsessed with making money. I was so obsessed with breaking out of the matrix, so to speak, that like I just didn't want to be average. When you start to live life and you talk to people, and like there's no substance to what they're talking about. There's no like they're not talking about self-development. They don't talk about improving themselves. They don't talk about like how to like increase making just being a better version of yourselves. Like there's some conversations, but it's not like it's not deep. I guess people just live day to day, like going to university, go to class. You ask them like, "Yo, bro, are you busy?" And they're like, "Nah, I'm not really that busy. I have time to kill." Like these are the sayings that people. I used to say this stuff back in the day. I have time to kill, bro. Time isn't killing you, bro. You are not killing time. Time is killing you. Time is killing you. You ask someone, "Yo, what'd you do today?" "Nothing." The frick you mean nothing? I I can feel this because I used to say this back in the day. But when I started to come across the reality of the world, when I started to understand like that most people are just living blindness and heedless, when God started giving me like the reminders of being close to Him, of being on my deen, as Muslims we say honor deen, right, which means being like honor religion, having good faith, strong faith, you know, making money, how most people die broke, how most people never become financially wealthy, and they complain about freaking recessions, they complain about economic situations, they blame it on freaking Trump or Biden or Kamala Harris, or they blame it on freaking Putin. I don't know. Like everyone just likes to play that blame card. They want someone else to come and change their lives. There's people that still believe that going to university and getting a job is the way to make money still. That's so freaking outdated. They're like happy with $100,000, and that's like considered a high salary. They're happy with a $100,000 paycheck per year. I literally know people like in real life that are making that in a month. In a month. And when you explain it to these people, they're like, "Huh? He must be born in a rich family." No, bro. He took a different road. Imagine you have an F1. Imagine you're playing in an F1 race. Imagine you're going to go fight. Not fight. You're going to drive in a Formula 1 race. Let's just say you take a freaking Ferrari. And this guy next to you takes a freaking Toyota. Who's going to win? Now, obviously, F1 is different because they all have like similar cars. But let's just do a regular race. Imagine you're on the freaking highway. You're going to do a street race. You have a freaking Ferrari SF90. And this guy, this bloke next to you has a freaking Toyota Corolla. Who's winning the race? And then he's gonna be like, I guess you just were born with stronger talents than me. Oh, maybe your hands are just faster. That's why you won the race. No, you freaking idiot. I took a different vehicle. You decided to take the vehicle that every other person is taking in your freaking day-to-day life. I decided to take a different vehicle that most people aren't taking, which is why I'm not saying I'm there yet. I'm just giving an example. I'm nowhere, like I'm making $0 a month, by the way. I'm making $0 a month. I'm still documenting my process in order to make money. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm still making $0 a month. But I'm just saying like, inshallah, with God willing, I'm going to get there where I'm going to have to tell people like, no, I just decided to take a different vehicle. The reason why I stand out, and this is all with God's permission, the reason why I stand out in public, the reason why I am, my financial status is much different compared to most people, I'm not saying I'm there yet. Okay, freaking, you know what? Let's use someone else as an example right now. This person, its financial status is so much higher compared to most people. Why? Because this person did something different to most people. If you don't want results like everyone else, don't do what everyone else does. Freaking simple. And yet, I don't know why people can't fathom that. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of this mediocre lifestyle. I'm tired of freaking dying broke, bro. My teachers are teaching me business. I'm an economics major. And my teachers are teaching me about freaking GDP and money and all this stuff. And I don't even think they're making a lot of money, to be honest with you. Right? The teachers that teach business have never run a business before. This is a freaking joke, guys. This has to be a joke. How are you going to teach people business and you've never ran a business before? That's like a fat guy trying to help someone lose weight. What the frick is your issue? I'm sorry, I'm getting pissed off, guys. But like, what the frick is your problem? They may know theory, but theory does not take you that far. This is the issue with the university, guys. And I'm a university guy, but the people that love university, they're all theory-based. They can't actually survive in the real world. That's something that I can't even do right now. I'm learning to do that. But at least I'm gonna have the humility to admit that. Either way, guys, I just want to let you know, like, your surroundings are so freaking important, and the fact that they're gonna seep into your mind. You know, the reason why I cut off all my friends is because I could not accept like a freaking average life, bro. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I think my brain is trying to find like the perfect reasoning. But if I have to really go back to my brain and like seep through like what I actually thought about when I cut all my friends off, it's just because like I just didn't want to die average, bro. Like I want to provide for my parents, bro. I want to make money online. I want to become rich. I want to become wealthy. I don't want to be mediocre. Like, it's just so purposeless. Once I tasted the life of self-development and self-improvement and doing the good habits and staying productive and going to the gym and improving yourself and growing and making progress in the real world, I genuinely why would I live like the average person? Why would I live like my old self? If you give me an offer, you know what, bro? If you want to go live like your old self. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, my old self was freaking playing games till 3 a.m. all day trying to chase girls, but like no girls looked at him. He was socially freaking awkward. He was chasing trends and trying to fit in with people, acting fake around people. My younger self was failing university first year. I was literally about to get kicked out. My younger self was scrolling the entire day. My younger self was a disappointment. My younger self was running away from his problems. My younger self wasn't looking at the amount of freaking work my parents were doing for me. And yeah, he just neglected it and just had fun instead. My younger self kept not chasing instant gratification. I abused instant gratification. And I'll go into the specifics later on. But my younger self, all he did was instant gratification. But there comes to a point where you hit like a what do you call it? Like a line. You hit like the wall. You know what? You can only do so much instant gratification in your day to day until you just realize like, what the frick am I doing with my life? Now, I have to really be grateful to God, because without him I would not have been on this camera talking to you guys. But my God, like, he allowed me to taste the pain of instant gratification a lot faster than most of my old friends and most people in this world. I still can't fathom the reason why most of the people in this world, they don't realize or they don't stop doing bad habits. Like, why? Sometimes I wonder why I did it. Like, why was I able to understand the effects of instant gratification? Maybe because I was more depressed than others. Maybe because I was using instant gratification as a coping mechanism. And also because, with God's permission again, I came across the right content. This is what I mean. Surrounding is so freaking important. A lot of my mindsets and my lifestyle started to change the moment Andrew Tate became really famous. Back in 2022, when I was a freaking like 18-year-old, but I acted like I was 15. Like, goofy little 18-year-old, bro. Right? But I deep down wanted respect. I deep down wanted to be mature. I deep down wanted to become successful. I deep down had a dream of becoming successful. I don't know why, something always just with me when I was younger. And so when Andrew Tate started coming in, obviously he was making like the initial freaking TikToks, like, breathe air. It's like those videos. But then when I started to really look at it, like, inside, of his actual message, and what he was pushing is all about masculinity. It's all about becoming stronger. Now, I disagree with a lot of stuff that he does, specifically with politics and specifically with religion. Like he's a Muslim, presumably, right? Everyone knows that, but he does some questionable things. I'm a Muslim as well, right? So he does some questionable things, which is like I disagree with. But other than that, I still respect him as a man, and he's definitely had a massive impact on my life. He was, with God's permission, he was literally the first one to ever speak out about the Matrix and how men are forgotten about, how men are becoming disenfranchised, how we live weak lives, depressed lives. I wanted like this self-respect. I wanted to feel like the leader, the winner, the superhero of my life. I wanted to be the best man I could be. I wanted to reinvent myself. I don't know how else I can put it, but that's it. And from that moment on, like I kept doing instant gratification, but it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until November of 2022, where I hit like the freaking breaking point when I was in the most depressive state of my life. But life caught up to me. Life caught up to me. And all I could accept at that moment was just to become a new man. All I could accept is to become a new man. All I could accept is a complete change in identity. That's all I could have accepted. Yeah. I don't know. It's a blessing from God that I went so deep into the space of self development, but a lot of it is just surrounding. You know, you become the sum of the five people you hang around with, and you become the sum of the five people that you watch. Same thing. The people you watch on social media is the exact same thing. Exact same thing. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully this resonated with you. Hopefully this helped you and gave you some insight and value. And hopefully this related with you. That's one of my biggest goals is to like share my message and share what I share online, and hoping that other people could relate with it. And hoping that other people could, also be on the same wavelength as me, because that's the point, right? Like that's what social media is about. To create this community, to create this brotherhood. I'm not perfect and I'll never be, but I'm still going through so many issues in my life. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, when I was saying like I wanted to reinvent myself, like there is still this lingering thought in my head where of confusion. But I know this confusion is gonna go away the moment I take action and double down on my life and my self development. I still can't fully figure out the reason why I decided to go so hard on self development. I still can't figure out the reason, except the reason that I couldn't accept a mediocre life. I don't know what else I could say. Maybe that is the reason. But other than that, boys, thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.